Hi, ladies. You can come on in. Hey, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. My name's Courtney. I'll be looking through your slides for you on this end. So if you want to just say next or go ahead, whatever you want to say.
Perfect.
I'm going to mute myself and then share my screen. Give me 1 second.
Awesome. Let me set the vibes though, because I have the music going. This is the move forever, and so I'm here for it. Good afternoon, ladies. Let you blast it so we get the Sunday vibes, okay? Because we need the energy, okay? Throw me a little twerk emoji in the chat. Like, let me know what's up. Let me know what y'all here for. Hey, Sandy says. Come on, Latifa. Yes. Timbo, no. All right, I think that's enough, right? So welcome, ladies, to the Sunday session. And I guess people are still popping in. Courtney, you let me know when I should start or how this goes. But I just first wanted to say I am extremely thankful and blessed to be here and share this space with you ladies today. First and foremost, I just want to thank Brittany for kicking this whole idea off. Like, this is such an amazing weekend, right? And it's something that we needed after the long week we've had. It's been a stressful week. And I think for women, especially for Black women, the energy is just contagious. Last night, it was such an emotional moment. And I took so many gems from that I felt like I can even, segue into this session here about just betting on yourself and what that looks like. So we're definitely going to tap into those moments. But I just wanted to thank Brittany and the entire team that put this together to really, bring some amazing women together for a weekend. You could be anywhere, right, this Sunday, but you're here with us, and that is just amazing and such a blessing. So, Court, I guess we go to the next slide. Perfect. So the name of this session, right, is called Mood Forever. And Brittany actually chose that, which was perfect for me because I'm bringing the vibes and the energy regardless. But specifically betting on yourself and what that looks like. Last summer, I want to say when Beyonce dropped her Homecoming documentary on Netflix, this statement just stuck with me, right? And if literally she said, there's one thing I'm willing to bet on, it's myself. And that is so important for us, especially as women, to really be able to bet on ourselves, not relying on anyone else, right? Because we have all the gifts that we need. We have the encouragement, we have the motivation, right? So to bet on yourself is so important in this day and age when you want to go after something, try new things, whatever that looks like for you. And I decided to bet on myself a year and a half ago when I decided to launch a podcast. And it's called the Millennial Rookie. So I am the Millennial Rookie. And so it was birthed from the idea of how can I bring millennials together, right, in alignment with God's plan, and really be able to give them the gems that we need, because we all know life doesn't come with like this book and says like, okay, once you get out of high school, do this. Once you graduate college, do this, right? And so there's so many bumps in the road. And how can we just, as a collective, make sure that we're on track and we're really pushing forward to be our best selves? And so that's where that entire idea came out from. And literally Beyonce's like, yo, bet on yourself. And I'm sitting in the living room like, why am I not betting on myself? Like, why am I not believing in myself? And that was the moment I took the step of faith, and really it's faith over fear at this point, right? And so as women, we have to continue to push forward, change the narrative for ourselves, bet on ourselves and any idea. So I want to hear from you guys. I hope you guys can like chat me, and I'm reading, I have the chat on the side. But tell me what you've done to bet on yourself, or have you ever allowed someone to talk you out of your dreams? And that could be anything. And I would love to unpack it. I think throwing it in the chat, other people can chime in. And then what are you willing to give up? And that's the focus that we'll get to after. So if you guys can throw in, what have you done to bet on yourself? And have you ever allowed someone to talk you out of your dreams? And if it's quiet, then we can just keep going, but I'm hoping it's not. This event, Brittany, yes, you bet on yourself to pull 132 women together, speakers, and I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So I'm happy that you bet on yourself to have this event, because this is just amazing, amazing. And I hope you keep going, because you got my support 100%. Sandy, I bet on myself when I started my business and I had to release my fears to do it. Let's give it up for the life coach, okay? Thank you, because it is really releasing your fears, right? And knowing that you have everything that you need already. Like, you have the support for yourself. So like, just do it. Doesn't matter about the social media followers. Support yourself, sis. Like, push your brand, push your platform, bet on yourself every single day. I love it. Is there anyone else that wants to share how you've bet on yourself? And I think I could pull somebody into the video with me so that you can like talk too. I just re-enrolled in school, tired of being scared. Yes, yes, Jasmine. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. I'm here for it. You know, regardless of what allowed you to get out of school, the fact that you're re-enrolling, this is what it's about, and you have support. So proud, so proud. Anybody want to come on video and tell me how you bet on yourself? We got time. So this is not even about me. This is about us as a collective. So I am here for it. Yes, so proud of Jasmine, so proud of Sandy, so proud of Brittany. This event alone. If there's no one else, we can just put Roxanne's joining you. Okay, come on. You're welcome, Jasmine. Come on, Roxanne. Roxanne. Where is she at? Where is she at? So shout out to Courtney, because she's running this whole thing in the background. So Roxanne, I believe, is joining us on video. So I'm here for it. Y'all give it up for Roxanne. Maybe she needs some claps. You know what I mean? Maybe she needs a clap, round of applause to join the video. If not, Court, we can keep going. I don't want to. Okay, yes, let's go to the next slide. Roxanne, if you want to join again, please let us know. So we can go to the next slide. So this is my baby. The Millennial Rookie is something that was birthed out of me, literally. I thought after I got married, I was having a baby right away, but God said no. You're gonna birth this platform because it's not about you. I want you to share your gifts, and I want you to bring other people along in this journey. So the mission of the Millennial Rookie is literally a movement platform for all millennials seeking their purpose in alignment with God's plan. And so what betting on yourself really means, it requires you to tap into your untouched self, the part that you know exists, but you haven't tapped into it yet. And sometimes as women, right, we take on so much, we have this weight on our shoulders, And at the end of the day, we have so much deep down that, if it's you writing a book, if it's you kicking off a platform, if it's you starting a business, whatever that looks like for you, betting on yourself requires you to do the work. And it requires you to no longer have those fears and like that small voice in the back of your head, like, oh no, you can't do it. Do it. Step out, do it. Just do it. Everything you need is within you. And when you bet on yourself, you begin to open up and share your gifts with the world. And that's really what that means, right? When you start to share, it's so much more rewarding when you can share with other people and you're not just keeping it to yourself. Because no one wants to be selfish. Like, God doesn't want us to be selfish. It's really about pouring into other people once you've tapped into yourself. So don't just tap into everybody else without tapping into yourself first. So another question for you guys is, what have you thought about doing, but you haven't because of your own roadblock? And then how can you cheer yourself on? And cheering yourself on can literally be, your morning affirmations, whatever your morning routine looks like, whatever. Like, I want to hear what you guys do to cheer yourself on. And then, like, what are the roadblocks? What haven't you done because there's a huge roadblock in the way? Sandy's been sitting on a book idea for you. I need Sandy to write a book already. Like, I need you to go ahead and get your laptop out today and open up Microsoft Word and start just typing. Like, I need the Sandy book. I'm here for it. That is going to be a New York top seller, right? You hear me? That she is going to kill the game. I'm here for it. Positive affirmations, cheer myself on. We are always our biggest critic for no reason. For no reason. It's the same way when we're getting dressed and we're like, this outfit looks crazy. And you look fly, sis, just go out the house, right? So it's literally just push forward, get out of your own head, and really just pour into yourself that positive mindset. You have to wake up every day and say, how can I be my best self? And that's one of the things, like, I wake up every day, how can I be my best self? How can I push forward, especially working, I'm working remote until next year. So I need some type of motivation, right, every day to say, how can I be my best self? How can I do my work and then also work on my platform? So I love it. Brittany said, same here. Oh, hey, Christina. Let's see. Christina. Maybe Christina hit it by accident. Same here. I started and put it on hold to focus on the conference because trying to do both was killing me. And then there's always that. That's something I've struggled with. Time management, realizing what you should give your time to, prioritizing tasks. Something Sandy is helping me with because it's hard when you're trying to, put all your eggs in like several baskets and then you overextend yourself and you're not really putting your best self into one task. So understanding that it's literally, you need the tribe. Like Sandy said, you need a tribe to really help you prioritize what needs to happen. So awesome. I love it. Okay, Court, we can go to the next slide. "16 women in here, 17 women. I love it. So iron sharpens iron. Do y'all feel that in your soul? Because it's Sunday, so I had to throw a little scripture in here. Okay, Proverbs 27:17. Iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. And so when you bet on yourself and you step out, right, and you build this tribe, you're unstoppable at this point, right? When you get in the energy and you get in a room with like-minded women, and this is just a small example of what happens. So the Millennial Rookie kicked off, and for the 1 year anniversary, and I don't even think it was 1 year, I think 4 or 5 months into the podcast, the platform, I said, I want to just bring all these women together. The women that are literally supporting me, sending me DMs, sending me emails, saying how the podcast is really changing their lives. I want to bring them together because this is a moment that we can really, as a collective, support each other and pour into each other. I'm a big person of you can't pour from an empty cup, right? So I want to make sure I'm pouring from my overflow. So when I'm pouring into myself, other people are pouring into me, whatever's left over, I want to continue to give that out, right? And so I decided to host an event with 50 women, 50, and it was 50. Like, I didn't want to go over. I was like, this is very intentional for me to be in a room of women who are really trying to tap into their best selves. Yes, you can't pour from an empty cup. Pour from the overflow. You know what I mean? When you got a pot, whatever is coming out of that, you pour from that. And so the room was it was such an emotional moment, right? Because the questions that were asked, and I'm not sharing too many details because it was that intentional and you had to be there. So that's saying like you missed out, so you got to catch the next one. But to be in a room with women who traveled from Boston, from Maine, from Rhode Island, like, I'm like, wow, for me. Okay, God, I see you. Thank you for allowing me to bet on myself. Thank you for allowing me to step out. And so when you step out and you tap into your purpose and your passion and you start to share with others, it's just natural. It's natural. People will start, you will become a magnet. You will become a magnet of just good energy and good vibes. And that's something that I continue to feed off of. And really, it's such a rewarding experience when you have women who, and it's not that fake women's empowerment. Like, we're not here for it. You know, you sit at the table and then somebody's talking about something. I'm not here for it, right? And I'm really, and this is the real, like, how can I support you? How can I be a great sister to you, right? Because we're all children of God. So how can I be a great sister to you? How can I help you in this environment? How can I help you in your season? And it's all about going through these seasons to understand what's for you and what's against you, right? And cutting off the fat, cutting off the people who just really don't support you. Like, this is a two-way street here, you know, and understanding. I think quarantine has been amazing for most of us because we've realized, like, okay, who's in my corner? Like, if I have an idea, who can I go to and say, hey, I need feedback, or no, I'm not even asking for feedback. I just need a sounding board. And so when you get to that moment where you have that tribe, that is really the definition of iron sharpens iron. Because when somebody can put in a chat and say, hey, I need help with this idea, and you as a collective can come together and get it done, that's what it's all about. It's all about helping thy neighbor, right? And without sounding so churchy, but really it's about helping each other get to this next level. When we think about the presidency, right, and why Kamala Harris, right, it's such a rewarding moment because we know there were so many people around her. She had a supportive tribe. This isn't even about Biden, you know, Uncle Biden, what he did in the past. Like, we're gonna just scrap that. This moment right now, which is what we're basking in, is like this picture. When I see Kamala Harris, I see this picture of 50 women in a room being so supportive, pouring in and uplifting. When you get up the ladder, you help the next person. There's no reason for you to get the ladder. Let me kick the ladder away because they just got to figure it out. No. That's what the Millennial Rookie is here for, right? Bringing on guests and speakers to say, okay, I made X, Y, and Z mistakes financially. So how can you help somebody else avoid these mistakes? Whether it's with your credit score, whatever it looks like, you know, and giving resources, all of these things matter. So I just want you guys to take away what betting on yourself looks like. And the moment you can bet on yourself and step out on faith versus fear, you can then say, iron sharpens iron, let me help someone else, right? And that's what it's really about, bringing the energy every single day, showing up for yourself before you show up for anyone else. Showing up for yourself, showing up for yourself. And that is just what it is. So there we go. All right, Cora, we can go to the next slide. So once you bet on yourself, once you create that tribe, this is now about what the network looks like. And the uncomfortable spaces is really what allows you to thrive and really like flourish to that next level. And so I always say, you know, I'm super extroverted. You put me in a room, I'm going to speak to everybody. Like, it's just something that was, I think, instilled in me. Like, I am literally a mini version of my mom. And I said to anyone, like, it's just who I am. So I honestly thrive in uncomfortable spaces. And I think, you know, it takes a different set of confidence, and it's something you have to build within yourself. And so when you continue to build out your circle, you'll realize that the networking is really what helps you get to that next level, right? And you start to be in rooms where it just benefits you so much without you even like pressing forward to. You get excited to go to events where you don't know anyone. You buy a ticket for one versus being like, please come with me somewhere, right? Once you get to that level, it just changes the entire trajectory of what your career, what your future can look like. So this is something that I love, you know, these small affirmations. I have them in like stickies all over my office here. What I want wants me. And I can achieve my desires by putting forth the work. The work is so important. The work is so important. We can't just say, you know, and I posted something the other day that it's pretty much like, I haven't seen a path that didn't require steps. And so when you have to put forth the work, you want to be X, Y, and Z when you get older, which is what we used to say, like, when I grow up, I want to be this. Yeah, there's steps. There's steps required. There's steps to get to this next level. And so the moment you decide to step out on faith over fear, bet on yourself, you put in that work. That's work. Each step is work. And, you know, it goes down. It helps to build that path for you. And that's probably the realest thing I could say. You know what I mean? Call me a poet, call me whatever you want, but you know, it's the work. We got to put in the work. And there's other people, right? When you're building out your tribe, there's so many people that will help you throughout that journey. You don't have to take each step alone. You know what I mean? You don't have to take each step alone, because we can't take each step alone. That is the beauty in building a community, building your network, and stepping outside your comfort zone. So the next one, I will not allow myself to hold me back. That's just on period. You know what I mean? Like, we got to get out of our heads. We got to get out of our heads. Sometimes we are our biggest critic. We got to get out of our heads with that, because we're really holding ourselves back. Every time we put that roadblock in our mind, that like, oh, I'm not qualified. Oh no, why am I in this room? Why did they even invite me to this meeting? The moment we put that in our head, we no longer show up for ourselves. We no longer are pushing forward. We are literally holding ourselves back. And we're accountable for that. Like, I'm going to hold all of us accountable for that. The moment you wake up and you're like, oh man, I don't think I can do this. Can't. Oh, no. My favorite movie is Love and Basketball. So the scene where he goes, I can't do this. And his father say, what? Can't should never be in a man's vocabulary. Because when you say can't, that means you ain't a man. And so literally, like, just the fact that you have that mindset, you're going into something with a negative mindset, what's the outcome going to be? Negative. So you go in, lower the expectation, build your frequency, and that's all that matters, right? And you make them come up to where you are. And lastly, building my network, right? So continue to branch out, right? Ask for assistance, ask where you, like, because we don't have all of the answers. And I think that's what I love so much about like sessions like this weekend, this conference, being in a room with like-minded women helps you in a way that you probably won't even feel this today. But tomorrow, when you wake up in the morning, you'll be like, wow, between the conference, Kamala Harris, and waking up today, like, it's all going to sit in, and you're going to say, how can I be my best self? How can I be better? Right? And without sounding like, how can I just be better? How can I be a better person? How can I tap into the areas that I know exist, but I'm just afraid? And stepping out is always easier said than done, but you're not alone, right? You're building a network here. Chat with somebody that you don't know. Talk to somebody that you don't know. If you see somebody on social media and they're doing something that you have a slight passion for, send them a message. I'm that person on LinkedIn. I will connect with everybody on LinkedIn. You the SVP of where? Yep, connected. You're the VP, connected. Send them a message. You literally have nothing to lose. And the moment you realize that you have nothing to lose here, it's literally the biggest win for you, whether they respond or whether they don't respond. You didn't lose anything. You literally didn't lose anything within that process, right? And then you just go about it to the next day. You have nothing to lose at all. And so when you bet on yourself, I'm not losing no chips. I'm not losing anything because I'm betting on myself. So at the end of the day, when I take that step and I continue to build out my network, I step out on faith, I invest in myself, whatever that looks like for you, you win. You win. You win as a person, you win as a woman. All of these things really, truly matter. So I think as a collective, be comfortable in uncomfortable spaces. That's where you grow. No one grows and with that complacency mindset, no bueno. We don't want it here, right? So I challenge you to grow in uncomfortable spaces. Like ask for someone to pull you there. If you don't really have the best confidence, build yourself up, sis. Every morning I wake up, yeah, I'm cute, okay? I'm cute. What I want wants me. I can achieve my desires by putting forth the work. I will not allow myself to hold me back, and I'm building my network, right? Get you some stickies. Write these things out because the more you're pouring into yourself, that's even betting on yourself, right? Because you're doing the work to build your self-esteem. You're doing the work to build yourself up. So the moment you stop doing it, you stop doing the work. You stop putting in the steps to the path, right? So every step, there's work, right? And the moment you get to the point where you're like, you know what, this on me, this not even on anybody else, block out the noise and lock in. If 2020 has taught us anything, right, it has taught us that we can easily block out the noise. We had a whole quarantine, stay-at-home order for 4 or 5 months. We probably still should be in that order, right? We blocked out the noise. We weren't partying. We weren't doing X, Y, and Z. Block out the noise and focus in. Focus in on what you want to do. Focus in on what your future looks like, right? Because your future is dependent on you. No one else, just you. Awesome. All right. So a whole word, get comfortable being, yes, I'm here for it. The claps, a word. All right, Court, we can go to the next slide. Investing in yourself. So this took me a minute, right? Because I was always like, wow, people pay to hear other people talk about gems and drop gems. And yes, the answer is yes. I had a conversation with Sandy the other day. It's the answer is yes, right? Because this no longer can be free game. This can't be free game. What you're dropping, the way you think, and the way you're helping someone else. So you have to invest in it. So whatever that looks like for you, if it's taking a class or a workshop, reading, right? Listening to a podcast, this no longer can be free game. So how do you monetize, right? So if you're investing in me, I am now profiting off of it because I have to. This can't be free game to you anymore, right? Because my mindset is now helping you. So that same way it looks, the tribe, you got to support it. You got to support it. You got to put some skin in the game. So yes, I'm going to support you. Everything. I don't need 50% off. I don't need 50% off. Let me support you wholeheartedly. And it's the same way because when you start building those connections and you go higher up the ladder, that's what these people are doing. So we could do the exact same thing. So attending networking events like this, right? This is all about investing in yourself. You could be anywhere this Sunday. You could go catch a brunch, right? But you're here, you're investing in yourself. And that's really what changes the game. That's how you make yourself better, right? You no longer are in that circle. You stand out because you're investing in yourself. You're investing in your craft. You're trying to figure out what's next. Hire a business coach or a career coach. There's life coaches in here. Okay, that's something I had to focus in on myself, because I'm like, all right, I got a lot of goals, and this mind just be running, right? And I never really took the moment to say, tasks. What are my tasks? Where's the priority here, right? How can I get things done? My calendar will be triple booked. I wouldn't even be looking at it. You want to book something, cool, that's fine. Throw it in the calendar. I probably still will show up, and I'll be showing up late to somewhere else. But how do I really make sure that I'm prioritizing my responsibilities and how I continue to build a platform, betting on myself? That's what all of this is about. It all goes back to betting on yourself and what that looks like. So shameless plug, you can send direct messages saying, period. So start a side passion. I don't know, like when people say side hustle, because I understand there's a hustle that comes behind it. You're putting in the work, putting in the steps, but the passion alone, right? Whenever you figure out what that looks like for you, it's not easy for everyone. And I think when we get to the moment where it becomes a passion for us, it's not going to feel like work. It's going to just be an exciting moment for you to put out energy, put out more and more, and pushing your platform, push your product, push it. It does not matter. And I think sometimes we get so caught up in social media. We were raised off of social media between MySpace, Facebook, and now Instagram. We get caught up in the numbers. Numbers do not matter. Numbers don't matter, right? It's about the quality of what you're doing. So if you have a product, push it. You have a new platform, push it. Whatever it looks like, continue to put forth the effort for it, right? Prioritizing self-care, taking time. This is self-care to me. This is really self-care to me. I love Sundays. Sundays I'm usually chilling. But self-care looks like pouring into other people for me. Whatever it looks like for you, that's what works for you, right? Boosting your health and wellness. For me, I like to be in the gym. So for me, I'm my best self when I'm in the gym. When I have a nutritionist that's telling me, listen, health-wise, this is where I need you to be, right? And you're never too late to start. But investing in your health is extremely important. Something that we don't talk about in the Black community. We ain't even gonna get there because I'm no doctor, right? But something that we don't talk about often. But investing in your health is also extremely, extremely important. And I think sometimes we think about you gotta be slim, trim, and ripped. No. Whatever that looks like for you, right? Whatever it looks like for you, because think about it. If we're not healthy, if we have terrible eating habits, we're eating at 2 a.m. in the morning, and we're just doing the most, we're bogged down. You can't even achieve your goals. You can't even step out on faith or fear, right? Because you're just tired. So really understanding how important it is to invest in your health and your wellness. If that's taking a class, if that's getting up 30 minutes earlier, stretching, right? All of these things matter, and it helps us along the way as we continue to build out our craft, right? And lastly, you are the product. Don't limit your value, period. And that's what I got going into 2021. I'm the product, and I'm no longer limiting my value, because sometimes I was always so hesitant about saying no, I'm not going to, don't pay me to do nothing. I'm the product. Right. And now as you continue to push forward and you're stepping out and you're dropping free gems and you're doing this and you're doing that, you are the product. Don't limit your value. Right. And the moment you start to understand that, it changes the game. It changes the game for you. Right. Because people are going to invest when they see, oh, she don't play about her brand. Yeah, you're right. I don't play about my brand. right? So that moment that it taps into us and we realize like, oh, I'm the product for real, period. You level up. You level up. You are the product. Don't let me hear that whole IG tag. Yes, Tiff, you are the product and the brand, right? So you're repping. So you have to be there to understand like you are the product. Don't limit your value and just level up. So if you don't take anything from that, anything from this entire like deck, like going into 2021 and I'm honestly the rest of 2020, it's not over, right? We've all gone through such a traumatic 2020. It's been heavy, right? But there's also so many wins throughout it. And so understanding that if you want to push something out, you're the product. So don't limit the value of it, right? You're putting a lot of energy and effort into something. Don't limit its value. So that's it on that. We go to the next slide, Court. Sorry. And that's on period, right? That's the move forever. A positive mindset changes the game. Wake up every morning to have a great day on purpose. Like sometimes we don't even understand the level of, I think, the energy that we give ourselves on a daily basis. It's so easy to say, wow, Mondays suck. No, Mondays don't suck. They don't. They don't. It's your mindset, right? Wow, I got so much work to do. You have a job. You're putting forth something, right? Or wow, these kids drive me crazy. You have kids. Like, and shifting the mindset to push forward on a daily basis. And the moment we stop, right, roadblocking ourselves is the moment that we will literally live free and have this mood. I'm trying to be like Beyonce, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to be like Beyonce and Hidden Hills in LA, feet up, right? So I'm building towards that. And that is something that I am so happy that I am learning now versus me being in my 50s like, dang, I missed out on a lot of stuff just because my mindset sucked. That's it. Like, it's just that simple. You know what I mean? If you want to go for a promotion at work, go for it. What do you have to lose? You have nothing to lose. If they say not right now, Alexis, cool, not right now. They didn't say no. They just said not right now. Or you were just delayed. You weren't denied. That's a whole word, but we ain't gonna get there because it's Sunday. I could throw a little sermon in here and there. But regardless, right, it's really about how do you bet on yourself to understand that you have nothing to lose. Changing your mindset is really what propels you into this next level of thinking, this next new bag. Because I'm going to just pray for all the new bags that are coming in here, right? We're getting to this money and we're going as a collective. And it's not like, oh, I'm going to just leave my people behind. No. As a collective, we're changing our mindset. We're changing our mood. We're pushing forward and we're going to bet on ourselves. So I am just so thankful that Brittany has asked me to just be a speaker here, right? And as we are coming close to our time, yes, claim it, receive it. I want to hear what your mood is after the Sunday because this is just everything for me, right? Like this was really, truly my self-care. And I'm just happy to be here. Like everybody asks me like, why is she so positive about something? Because we're living, right? We woke up this morning. We had the opportunity to wake up this morning and some people didn't, right? Some people didn't. And so if you go into every day with the mindset that like, I woke up today, I have the power to push forward. I have the power to change my trajectory. I have the power to make a change in my world, not worried about anybody else's world, my world. And I can bet on myself. There's really nothing left. Right. And the moment we literally ignore the distractions, block them out and focus in, we're going to win. We're going to win, y'all. Like this is winning season. I am not claiming 2020 as the worst year ever. You know what I mean? Like we can't. God brought us here this far. He's not about to let us down. We still got 2 months? Because technically, yeah, like we got 2 months. Right? So whatever that looks like for you, I pray that you continue to push forward. You have a positive mindset. There's a shift. You feel the shift. I woke up this morning, I keep saying it like, Kamala, that was everything for me. I'm not even talking about politics right now. Like, this is like aside from that, because when you see someone, representation matters. So when you see a Black woman walking across this stage, taking this leadership role, betting on herself, having the audacity to bet on herself to push forward, she leveled up for us. You know what I mean? She leveled up for us. So now we have to take that, we have to take the baton and keep pushing forward. And so I implore all of you to really understand and take off, like today, write some things down, write down your affirmations, right? And push forward. Life is too short. Life is too short. So let's get in the position, exactly, having the audacity to bet on herself. And we out here roadblocking. What? We out here roadblocking ourselves. And my sister's whole VP. Period. No. Like, it's really like Lula Dela says, act up. It's really the act up season now. Like, we really have to act up. This is our season. Let's get to it. Let's understand our mood forever, right? And I'm so happy to be here with all of you. And I know we're ending at 1:55. So if you guys have any questions, throw them in the chat. Court, I think that was my last slide too. So that's perfect. Questions, if you want to hop on the video with me and share, any takeaways. I mean, I'm just saying, like, this is just our season and I'm here for it, right? However I can support you guys, please share. If you want to come on the podcast, come on over to the podcast. Like, whatever it is, I'm here for it. I'm here for the real women's empowerment, not that fake talk. Let's get to it. So for real. Move forever. Yes, act up season. Sandy with the podcast link, because I didn't even have the link, okay? Like, this is what I'm saying. It's the tribe for me. It's really the tribe. And if y'all don't have nothing, y'all don't have no questions, I mean, I'm here. Hold up. Why is my drop your socials? Like, let me follow you on IG. Please share with me. Millennial Rookie, if you see me, okay? Yes. Drop them in the chat. Yes, this is my only session for the day. Y'all could chat. Send me a DM. Like, I'm here for it. Best advice I ever received. Best advice I've ever received. Let me think. Best advice I've ever received. I think the best advice I've ever received is really, like, lower your expectation of people. And I say that in, like, the best way possible. We sometimes, when we build new friendships or relationships, we have this expectation because of what we bring to the table, but everybody doesn't have that same energy, right? So meeting people where they're at, giving them grace, I think that was the best advice. And I think I'm happy to know that I learned that now versus later, because the moment you put all these expectations, heavy expectations on people, it's just, you won't win, right? So, like, lowering your expectation, having no expectation, and just let it flow. Flow was my word for quarantine. I think I shared that with Tiff too. Like, flow was my word. Just flow, right? Just flow, go with it. If y'all don't have no questions, I'm gonna just blast my tunes again, okay? Promise this my move forever and ever. All right, ladies, thank you so much. I think you can switch back over to the stage, and then there's another session kicking off. And then make sure you tap into, Sandy is the keynote closing, okay? So make sure you tap into the 3 o'clock session. And I'm so happy. Courtney, is there anything else I'm supposed to do?
Hey, I was just typing in chat, but you did amazing. It was so great.
Thank you.
But I was just letting the ladies know we're going to start the next session at 2:05 today.
Okay.
Or 1:05. I know we're in different time zones. But for now, you can head to the stage. We're going to have a DJ being shown, as well as the expo. We have vendors to your left, and also a networking tab. Alexis talked about networking, so it's a good time to hop in there and network.
Yes. So there you go, ladies. Hop over to the stage for the DJ, or go into the networking tab. I'm about to head over there because I heard there's a party over there. I want to meet some new women. Drop your social media tags so we could chat and continue to grow.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Court.
No problem.
Bye-bye.